Welcome to the Cornerbread Studio live stream. Let me set this up. I was saying that I was going to do more consistent live streams on the weekdays. Wait, did I mention that I want to do weekday streamings? But I've kind of been more consistent, I think, streaming on the weekdays and not the weekends. But yesterday I was kind of feeling very stressed up. Like, I've been saying that I was working on my next tutorial script, but then I think my multitasking and my time management is still pretty bad. So even though I say that, hello Jupiter in the 14 seconds. What the hell? It's nice seeing you and seeing a new profile picture, which is so tiny I can't see anything, can't see shit. But thank you for coming, as always. But anyway, I was just like there's always this new stress that resurfaces whenever the new month comes, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not making any progress with the script. So anyway, I spent like the whole day yesterday and the day before to do the script. It's finally done. The script is finally done. The tutorial is going to be about hair braids, so I'm just glad that that script is done, because I didn't post any tutorials last month. Yeah. Anyway, I'm also maybe potentially falling sick. I'm not really sure. My boyfriend is like having a sore throat, and I'm like, oh my god, am I developing something too? It's so annoying. But it kind of makes sense, I guess, because I've been hearing a lot of people cough, like a lot more people coughing like here and there. So maybe we just caught something. And our immune system's pretty weak. And also trying to exercise even more, which kind of like in the short term, like it does like reduce the immune system a little bit. But yeah, and the other thing was also that I got a new injury from climbing, so it's kind of like that time now that I had, there's like a tendon like this that goes down like a Y shape on each finger, and because I was like, I really should have known that it was too difficult for me, but I just did a move anyway, and it was like a pocket crimp on like, actually the whole kind of looks like Chiikawa's head, and like it was like a pocket crimp into that cabbage hold, and as I was shifting my weight on that bad hold with like bad footholds, so a lot of my weight is on my fingers, then the tendon got overloaded because my forearm muscle here was too weak for it and also too inflexible for it. So like the muscle here connects to like these different tendons here, because there are no muscles on your fingers. Like everything here is like tendons and ligaments and stuff. So it pulled on this, and then the next day this finger was feeling like bruised, like this whole thing. And like I've been exercising for more than a year, I mean for a really long time, with injuries all the time, and sometimes it just gets to me. Like even though I'm quite used to it, like exercising with injury is something that has to be learned. Like it's not something that comes naturally to us, I think, unless I'm just stupid. I'm not sure. But like I'm always running with like exercising with tendon injuries and stuff, because I know how to not I know enough physio things to be able to exercise around my injuries. Like, let's say if my Chiikawa has tendon. Like, let me. Like, let's say if. Actually, this one's a bit difficult. Chiikawa, you don't have any humanoid features. Where is it? Almost clicked the wrong button there. So like, I guess I'll just undo this later. Actually, it looks pretty cool like this. What MatCap is this? PXG white. Huh. Just didn't notice. So like one of my recurring, and I'm talking about this because like I feel like I need to gain back some sanity, but one of the injuries that I have a few, and like I never knew about this kind of stuff, so like I find these information so helpful, and I always wish that if you were in my position last time, where like you have injuries and you didn't know what to do about it, that these might be helpful. But like there's these muscles on the calf muscle. Actually, the calf muscle is the main one, and then there's some like side calf muscles. So for a long time I was dealing with this peroneus. This is called the peroneus. Look at the anatomy that I learned because of injuries. And the tendon kind of like goes around the ball of the ankle and attaches to the side of the foot at the bottom here. And yeah, that one is something that I've been trying to deal with for a while. And then the oldest one, my oldest injury, is the main calf. Oh my god, black is not good. It's the main calf muscle and the Achilles tendon here. So like this was an injury that I've gotten since before 2020, and that's because like I was like sedentary, and then I kept running at like, it would be like sedentary, that means like sitting down all the time, walking very slowly all the time, especially when like your lifestyle, like with family and relatives, like if your lifestyle is like meet up for family dinners and then go around walking around shopping malls every single week, like that sedentary lifestyle just like so damaging to kids like me. And then when I do have to get like NAFA or do running tests, or like I get this motivation to like, oh my god, I'm gonna start running now, I'm gonna start running, lose weight and get fitter, then I'll like go on like full on sprint in like the first time in I don't know 6 months or something. So because of that kind of like sudden spikes, then I have like really weak and tight calf raises. Calf muscles. So it really pulled on this tendon over here, and then over time it got very inflamed and all that. So like the tendon on my right ankle at the back, the Achilles tendon, like it's kind of like different now, like the structure, like compared to my left one. Where is the white? Compared to my right side, like my right side feels like it just bends properly, my left side, and then my right side feels like when I bend, like when I tiptoe and stuff, that it feels like the tendon like squishes like this. So like it's a little bit different now, but it's still functional, and I think my tendons are like stronger than ever. But anyway, I think since July I've been doing like calf raises every night, and I think for the first time last for the first time this week, I ran, because I've been running like 750 meters like at least 2 times a week now, just to build up my tendon resistance and strength. Yeah, for the first time I ran without like my calves being like the limiting factor. Actually, now my limiting factor is really just like the shin muscle. Oh my god. There's so many things to do, oh my god. And then like the shin muscle is over here. And like going online is so not helpful, especially last time, because they'll be like, oh, you have pain on your shin, you might have shin splints or like hairline fractures, and I'm like, what the hell? And this was me like, what, 17, 18 years old, oh my god. And then now I just find out that like, oh, I'm just weak. I'm just weak muscles. I'm just weak. So yeah, I need to figure out how to train that one. But yeah, like, so I was like feeling really down, and I was just like feeling so anxious from like, oh my god, everything I do is like, it doesn't make sense if I say it out loud. But I was like constantly fighting this mental battle, especially over the weekend and Monday, that like, oh my god, the stuff that I do is not good, blah, 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 blah. Like stupid intrusive thoughts. And like having the injury like didn't help, because like, yeah, like my mood was just like so bad, and like I just like once in a few months I'll just get really down on my injuries. Like it just happens. But then when I think about it, in the past few, like what I've been doing in the past few weeks, I started doing calf raises. Like in 2020 I met my physio, and she was like, if you want to run, like you really have to do your calf raises, because if you strengthen your muscles here, then, because like when you're running, you're essentially doing a lot of calf raises. That's like the motion of running. And if you strengthen the muscles here, it will be strong enough to get you through the running. And when it's strong enough, it's not going to like tax as much on the tendons. It wouldn't like start like pulling on the tendons, because tendons don't like to be pulled. Like that's one of the very important things I learned from physio. Like tendons, you don't want to pull them. You want all the pulling to happen on the muscle fibers, not the tendons. So yeah, like since mid-July I've been doing calf raises every day, and I'm really feeling the effects of it. Like running short distances is not taxing on my calves anymore, which feels quite foreign, I guess, because like for a really long time, I can't remember since when, or maybe like just forever, like I've never run like without hurting, like feeling like my tendons hurt and stuff. And because there'll be like many different places that hurts. It's like the body is so complex, there's so many muscles, there's so many tendons to deal with. And then the other thing would be that I have my knee problem on my left, because my left quad, especially, wait, which one? I think that's the teardrop quad over here, and there's a quad attachment over here, and here. Actually, talking about this now, like wow, I have been doing a lot of things in the past few months. And so like one of the things that's good for running would be to do squats and lunges, because you're just going to strengthen these muscles in the lengthened position. Because as you're squatting or lunging, you're stretching out these muscles, and you're loading them at the stretch positions too, at like just like at a increased range of motion. And just like working these muscles at the range that is beyond what you use in running just helps so much, because like I started doing squats again like since last week, I think. And like just doing it consistently has helped me like feel less pain on like this part, on the tendon here and the kneecap, because the kneecap is very reliant on the muscles being like flexible and not tight. Because if you have tight muscles or like muscles that's just like too overly engaged, like it's overloaded by strength that it's not used to, then the kneecap is just floating on top of your, like this, and attached to the quad muscles. So if the muscles here are tight, then it'll start like being pulled into the bone, and then it'll start like raising up like this. So yeah, I really like to do squats now because I don't feel the knee pain anymore when I run, which is very good. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about it in the weekend. I'm like I was feeling down about things and thinking about how, like, since 2020 when I met my physio and she told me like you need to do calf raises, and I never do them because I've like no motivation to do them. But then like since mid-July this year, I guess it's like really close to 4 years now, but like mid-July this year, I was like, I really want to be able to run without pain. So like that was one of the strong motivations for me. And then I was like, I kept thinking like so hard over the past year, like what do I do so that I can do my calf raises consistently, because I kept like trying to do calf raises and then I'll stop like after a week because I'm like, I lose my motivation to do it. And like that happens like multiple times. And then in mid-July I was thinking like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to do like calf raises. So like imagine how do I, yeah, I guess I can't really feel it. So imagine like the floor is moving instead of like the toes. So imagine the floor and then you're doing calf raises, and it'll be single leg, not double leg, but this is a mirror, so I can't do like one side. That'll be like, I have to do single leg. If you want to do running consistently, you should do at least 2 times a week of single leg calf raises with a 1 second tempo and 30 reps. So it'll be 1 second up, and then 1 second down, and then 1 second up, and then 1 second down. And at any point, like, you don't really rest on the floor or rest at the top. You're just like constantly moving like this. 1 second up, 1 second down. So if you do 1 second up and down, that's 2 seconds. 30 reps is 60 seconds. So one leg is like 1 minute each, which totals to 2 minutes. And then in mid-July, I was like brushing my teeth with my electronic toothbrush, and then I was like thinking, oh my god, my electronic toothbrush is 2 minutes. And then I started doing my single leg calf raises with 1 second tempo while brushing my teeth. And then like everything else is history. Like, I've been doing calf raises every night while brushing my teeth, like very consistently. Like, I've been doing it since 15 July. And like, I don't feel like I need to like lose motivation or gain motivation to like keep going, because like I've never done anything while I'm brushing my teeth. Like, I'm just like standing around waiting for the 2 minutes timer to finish while I'm brushing my teeth. And like, the thing is that there are many things that I can't do while brushing teeth, because I'm kind of like trying to like be mindful that like I'm not like only brushing like the top side of my teeth or something. So like I can't really like, I don't know, like read something and brush my teeth, because then I'll forget like, have I brushed like the bottom half of my teeth, something like that. But like with calf raises, like it's just counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 2 minutes up. and I did the calf raises I needed, like more than 2 times a week minimum that my physio told me, and it's been really helping my legs. So yeah, just thinking about that, I'm like I need to give myself some praise and congratulate myself for finally doing calf raises after 4 years of not doing them. Yay! Oh my god. See, these are the things that I have to go through my mind to like stay sane. And then the other thing is that now that I've been doing calf raises every day, which is required for maintaining like your leg health for running, because I don't want to like just run and destroy my legs and then like at, I don't know, 50, 60 years old and be like running is bad for your health, like it damages your knees. Yeah, like you didn't train your muscles, that's why like you just like ruin it. But yeah, like thinking about all these things with longevity in mind, the calf raises is helping. That like I started thinking about how I have to do squats, and like I always hated doing squats because it's so painful, and like not painful, like it's just so tiring to do squats. Like like it's not like deadlift is not tiring for me, but like squats is just so difficult. Like barbell squats, like it's so tiring that like I feel like shit after doing it. Like, and because of that I have no motivation to do squats. But like I've been going to my climbing gym for a year, and then I was thinking to myself, like I kept thinking to myself in the past year, how do I get squats? Like how do I do squats? Like how do I start doing squats consistently? And I guess like the just seeing like how I can be so consistent with calf raises made me decide that like starting last week, I'll just go into the gym before climbing, and just like how I've been doing rotator exercises. So one of the exercises that my boyfriend and I have been doing for warming up before what's that thing called? Before climbing. What's that thing called? Is external rotator. So I'm just trying to remember like what the movement is. So it's like holding the cable machine and it attaches to this, and then you're working because this is one of the small muscles that's really important for climbing and just pulling strength in general. So that's this muscle over here. Why is it so big? No, I think it's like really tiny. I don't really know like how it looks like. And then it kind of like wraps around above, right below the delts, I think, and then goes to the front and attaches near the chest, I think. So this is what it's training for. And we've been pretty consistent about it, like every time before climbing we are going to do it, because like something that I noticed was that we weren't like doing strength training as much at the first half of our like climbing year. And the reason for that is because we'll be like, oh, okay, we're going to do strength training after climbing, and like it never happens because like climbing is so fun that we'll just stay at the wall and just like stay at the wall until the gym closes. So like one of the things that I thought about that has helped us be very consistent with strength training is that we do our rotator, which is like this movement with the cable machine, to like before we climb. And then if you're climbing and you want to do the rotator it looks so weird. if you're climbing and you want to do the rotator exercise, my physio recommend this one, which is small. So like you're holding the, I think just draw this. So you're holding like a cable attachment thing to the machine, and then the machine is just like the weights, and then the pivot point of where the machine, why did that happen, of where the machine is will be called like your chest height. So like, cause my boyfriend is taller than me, then every time we do this exercise now, like he will have to bring it up like here because he's like here, and then when I'm doing mine, then bring it down again and then bring it up, because you will do like 3 times 10, 3 sets and 10 reps. So with this thing, the movement is like that, something like that. So we have been doing that very consistently for many months, and then after that I was like I started getting like injuries around my legs, around my hips, around my hands, because sedentary lifestyle like never worked out in my prime. Oh my god, it's so, I feel so annoyed whenever I see people who like they used to exercise a lot when they were kids, and then they stop doing like their sports and stuff, and then they pick up like a different sports later on, and then they're like, all the gains that they have as kids like kind of like transferred over. I didn't have my gains as a kid. I feel so annoyed. I always feel like so much regret. But anyway, after that, a few months later, I was like I need to do strength training. But like climbing is so fun that I have no motivation to do strength training. And then I figured that the way to do it, because I never get the motivation to do strength training, the way to do it is to do a rotator warm up and then do one extra strength training, is it called accessory or something, or like workout. Hello Sota. Yes dear. It's a therapy session for myself. But anyway, thank you for coming. Anyway, yeah, so like include one strength training, and so far it's been working out. Like for a few months, like I'll do one extra exercise. So like whether or not that's deadlift, abductors, hamstrings, pull-up. No, actually pull-ups I'm doing it every session now. And yeah, just like one extra thing, or like bicep curls, shoulder press, like just one thing. Because like there's always there's like so many exercises that I have to do, and like maybe like I kind of feel overwhelmed by it, and like we never do it because like climbing is so fun, so we just never do like exercises, the strength training that we need. And I was thinking in my head like even though it's just one every session, like one extra strength training every session, I would end up doing at least 3 or 4 strength training exercises in every week, and that's like a lot compared to 0. So like sometimes I'll do deadlift, sometimes I'll do like prone hamstrings, sometimes like shoulder press, and then yeah, that's been working out really well. And then it's kind of like a Sakis effect, where like at this point it was like rotator only, then at this point it's like rotator plus a strength training exercise, like 1, and then the next one is rotator plus strength training of like something. Usually I have motivation to do something when I feel injury, and then like if my glute muscle has a tendon injury, then I'll do abductors, something like that. And then pull-ups, I'll do like 5 at least every session. And then now I'm like at this staircase where I'm like rotator plus strength plus pull-ups, which is usually now like 3 times. This was like 1 times 5, and then now pull-ups is like 3 times 5, and then I add squats to it. So yeah, I was feeling pretty down, and then when I thought about it, like how it has been in the past few months, I just realized like I've been going up this staircase, and right now, even though like it feels, the thing is that when you get used to something, like when you get used to putting like a lot of things in your timetable or schedule, that you get used to it and then you forget how difficult it used to be. And like when I look back to how I started, like just doing rotator 1 times 10 was already so difficult to like implement that before our climb. But then at this point of the staircase, I think at this point of the staircase, we have been doing our rotator 3 times 10, like 3 sets and 10 reps. And like the difference between what I was doing here to what I'm doing now, like 1 year later, it's really big. Like when I put it down like this, actually, like I'm gonna save this. Actually, now that I wrote it down, like, oh my god, I did so much more. I'm doing so much more now. It's quite insane. Plus the calf raises too. So yeah. I'm feeling better about it now. Anyway, thank you for listening to my stupid rant. And I hope that if you have injuries and you used to be a sedentary artist like me, that these kind of things will be helpful too. Let me see. Maybe I'll just leave this here because I kind of feel like I want to remember that this MatCap looks nice. I think I can delete this. What's this? Because now we're climbing, and climbing is really hard on the forearm muscles, and like almost every other soda, what do you get? Lactose intolerance. My boyfriend has lactose intolerance, and like he loves milk a lot, so we like, let me show you. If you live in the US, like you can go to Costco or what is it? No, I think Costco, and then you can buy this Kirkland lactase enzyme, and it's pretty affordable. Like it's very cheap. Like I think if I remember right, it's 14 USD for 180. So how you take this, and the nice thing about this, because my boyfriend has tried like multiple types of lactase, and some of the lactase is so crazy expensive, like so stupid, and then some of them is like the pill type with like the capsule and then there's powder inside. But then he has like experiences like if he takes that and then I don't know, somehow like he sneezes or something while drinking milk, that like the powder will like go up the nose, which is very uncomfortable. And this pill is like actually just this size. It's very small and it's a solid pill. So this one has been really good. So yeah, like we found this when we went to America for holiday many years ago, and it works like really well. So like how you take these lactase pills is that when he drinks milk, so he drinks like 600 ml of milk every night, full cream Meiji milk, and then he drinks the first sip of milk with one pill of this, and then yeah, the powder is not really that nice, but this one is like solid and it's so tiny. It's just like this. Let me just, like, the negative shape of this white color thing, and like you take this like with the first gulp of milk, and then he can drink like 600 ml. Yeah, because like my boyfriend also has difficulty gaining weight because like he just can't like eat a lot. Yeah, like his BMI is considered very healthy, which is like 20. His BMI is 20, but it's like 20 is quite skinny, and like usually guys would want to be like more like bigger in the muscular way. So I feel like if he doesn't have milk, like it's just very hard for him to have easy drinkable calories for him, which is a problem which I don't understand, because like I always find myself like I'm like the more common bunch of people who find it hard to lose weight. And yeah, for some reason like I'm just surrounded by people who find it difficult to gain weight. It's so stupid. Sometimes I'm like, I want your genes, like give me your genes. But yeah, this one is really nice. So if you're lactose intolerant, like recommend this one. It works pretty well, and the main thing is that it's cheap. But then the stupid thing is that in Singapore, because like we have to get these America brands lactase pills from Amazon, that like I think there are people buying off all these cheap Kirkland lactase and selling it at like double the price. So like I think in general the prices can become like 68 Sing dollar, which might be 50 USD, which is like a complete rip off. Like those people, like I feel irritated just thinking about it. Which kind of makes sense, because most brands of lactase pills, like Milk 8, I think Milk 8 is one of the brands, is quite expensive too. It's like 40 USD for a bottle of 30 or 60 pills, I think. Like we were looking at different brands and we're like, why is everything so crazy expensive? Like, yeah, like if you take those kind of pills, like how are you going to drink milk every night? It's so stupid. Depends on the person. Depends on the person. Yeah. I think like most people I know who like can't gain weight are girls, so like it's good for them, I guess. But as a dude, it's like it would be nice to have some muscle. But I like the way that he is, and like actually climbing is as much as people say that it's not, like it's just so beneficial to be lighter, leaner and more muscular, like more muscle mass. It really helps a lot. Looks so pretty. Everything is looking so pretty. Anyway, where am I? I want to start recording my tutorial, so I hope that this one doesn't take too long. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. I'll delete this. Delete this, delete this. Okay. Wait, I forgot to save that one. So my live streaming consistency and all that stuff is going to be still pretty spotty, because I feel like right now my priority is just like to get to a fitness level that I want. Like when my sister and husband used to be netball and school team netball and school team rugby players, and like I was asking them like, how much did you run when you were in the school team, and they say like 2.4 km for warm up, or like I guess for the rugby is like 3 or 5 km for like before playing in the field on the grass, and that might be like 30% or 70% of the running. Like it's kind of like mind-blowing. Like I never had the sports CCA, so I never knew like how much people ran if you are in the sports CCA. And so like I kind of think like I do want to aim to a ballpark of like being able to run 10 km on like a few times a week. And like I'm still very, very far from that, but I think the small progress that I've made, they've been working out pretty well. And then if I can start including like squats and lunges to what's it called? Oh, to my routine. Then I think I'll be quite on the way to go to reaching my 10 km goal, to my 10 km dream. And the main thing would be like to be able to run 10 km a few times a week without injuring myself, and that's like really important, like without getting tendinopathy, like chronic pain in the tendons from like overload. So I'm just like slowly doing the staircase to I'll turn on the icon. But yeah, slowly doing the staircase so that I can reach my goals. And it just means that I'm going to get a lot of injuries along the way, and it's going to be quite difficult, especially on the mental side, like which is kind of like I feel like it's probably very normal, because like whenever I meet up my friends, like they always complain about how they have no time to exercise, and my friends, like they're all girls, and because they have no time to exercise, the only thing that they're doing now is like to diet, which is quite crazy, like dieting 1,200 calories. I can never do that, and that's why I'm going through like this exercise route, where like I'm going to reach a point where I'm able to run 6 km like comfortably, and then that'll be how I maintain like my calorie deficit, and that's the goal, that's the dream. Yeah, Coughing baby versus cancer. Yeah. The key is like bit by bit. I think when like just thinking back of how I've been sculpting, like being able to make this in, I think like I made Chiikawa and Hachiwari in 2 hours. Although like the tweaking took a little bit longer. And then like just making out these braids and all that stuff, like took like a relatively short time. So yeah. Sometimes I need to think about these and like remember these things. Like especially when I'm doing my daily journaling. Like I'm always writing like what did I do yesterday that I am proud of and like doing my best. And I feel like just doing that consistently as a habit has been so helpful for me. It's been really helpful to like get out of my stupid intrusive thoughts trap much quicker. Because I think like in the past, if I'm live streaming, I'll be like live streaming maybe on Monday, and then I'll get intrusive thoughts for like the next month, and then I'll stream the next time or like next month or something. I think that was the timeline that I used to do. So yeah, like being able to stream on weekdays quite consistently now is actually like quite unreal for me. You know what I'm doing? Like, why am I so distracted today? I think it's because I can feel the pain here and like it's kind of like driving me nuts right now. So yeah, in regards to the pain here, so like with climbing, my physio told me that I need to train these muscles here and the one at the bottom. So that's like the next thing that I'm trying to figure out, like how do I do that at least twice a week and like do it consistently. Yeah, that's like the next staircase step that I'm thinking about. So I think I'm going to, let me see. I mean, I did like some super long detour, but this is the thing that I want to do today. I'm sorry that it took so long. Like when I was making Chiikawa, I was like, oh my god, it reminds me of this crap. I need to do it. But hello Sasha! What's your drawing today? I'm just going to do some spikes and stuff to turn Chiikawa into this. I have no idea what I want to do though. So let me just let's see. Like I was wondering whether or not doing this kind of, let me see. Like, do I do an external casing or not really? Like, do I do this? Oh, it's so cute. But I know that I want, oh actually I should duplicate this. Oops. Let's clone this, and this one will be yeah, the frog is so cute. I'm so proud of this frog. And then I'm doing the work now, and like I feel like I can't even talk because I'm like trying to process what should I do next. Wait, let's hide this away so that I don't touch it. And then I'm going to clone this. I'll make this a bit bigger. And then turn this into an additive, because I'll be using the MatCaps for this. What does this look like? Oh my god, what the hell is this? Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so cute. Let me see. So I'll be using MatCap, and I want to create this hollow thing. I think it's, let me see. Actually, it's quite, like, it's not, I always thought that it's like a sharp edge, but then it's not a sharp edge. Let me see. Okay, because I think like I can't get this type of white color material like this with lit PBR mode. Don't overstress yourself yet. Thank you for reminding me. I feel like I need to remind myself that like every waking moment of my life. Okay, then I will. Actually, do I shrink this? I feel like I shouldn't shrink this. Or maybe I just, like, is it weird if I do this? Maybe it's not weird. And then, I mean, I don't even know whether I need this additive layer outside. But I'm just gonna try, since they're just separate things, so I can delete them if I don't want them. And then, do I turn this into these? Just thinking. Okay, I want the white color one. Okay. Like, maybe these can be like that. Should I make this? Let's try. Yeah, all is super cute. I'm just thinking. I'm using additive because that's the only one that shows up in MatCap mode, but it's not really working out. Shoot, let me just check the other MatCaps. Oh, maybe this is more like it. Is it? Oh, but it doesn't have that like black color in the center. Okay. Oh, maybe this one. I think this one's so cute. I only have the default MatCap, so I'm just going through. I think I did this, but I think this one's still too like grayish. So probably like this, and then this one should be like maybe it wouldn't work out because I might need lit PBR mode still, because the glowing only happens in lit PBR mode. Maybe I just, you know what, I think I need lit PBR mode. Then I can turn this into this like metallic color thing. Let me see. I think this also kind of like a celebration for finish my tutorial script. So I'm just like, I'm gonna give myself some chill time to, oh, that's so cute. This is so cute. Let me hide this. Wait, no, this one should be, oh no. Oh my god, this is like a reflection of my internal mental turmoil. Mental turmoil. Have a good rest. Oh, bye Sasha. Have a good rest to you too. I was accidentally. Hi. Well, no worries. Yeah, I know. Look at my internal state of mind. It's like this. Like I was like this in the weekend. Like, wait. I was like externally I was like this, which is not that good either. And then internally I was like going nuts. But yeah, I hope that you have a good night. And thanks for remembering my name. Yeah. Goodbye, Sasha. I'm glad that I could say goodbye to you too, because like I always feel like sometimes I'll be working on my stuff and then I'll look up and then I see the chat and be like, oh, I'm heading off, like bye, and then I'm like, oh no, I missed it. Yeah. Hope to see you again. I hope that you enjoy your week. Yeah, I know, it's so cute. Yeah, see you. Okay, let me... This is what I need. No, I think additive is what I need. So I'll remove the shadows. Oh, interesting. I'll remove the shadow. Actually, does it look better with shadows? Because right now, like this, it looks quite harsh. Let me see. Unless I put depth of field, I guess. I still don't understand how this depth of field. How it works. Look, that's a fake, like a fake blurred out edge. So I guess if I do it with the shadows. Yeah, so I probably would do like depth of field and do this. And let me save this first. I think cause like I think because like I'm streaming more now, so like in some sense there's more chances of me showing these random things that I do. So these are kind of like the stuff that I'll do, like stupid shit that I do to I don't know, have fun, I guess. But these kind of things of like trying to integrate different styles or like different concepts onto some existing ones, I feel like it's quite a good practice to become like more flexible in things. But I think like this like not a this pretty like not a strange thing for me to do in my own time. But because like I'm streaming more often now, and then like maybe I'm kind of like, what is it called? Like sometimes I don't even know like what to stream. Then these kind of things are starting to appear in my streams. So I think this one is good, so I'll lock it so that I can select the things underneath. Like it's nice that there's a lock feature now, because I think the lock feature used to not be there, and then like you can lock your current selection, which is different, because that only locks, like let's say if I select this and then I click the lock selection, then it'll lock you to like only select this, and you can't select everything else. So like for a while I've been wanting this lock feature, and I think like since this update like a few months ago, they have this lock function, which is pretty nice. Although I haven't been really using it, but for things like this where there's a external layer, this one's not really that visible, but if there's an external layer like this, like let's say an eyeball with like an extra layer for like the specular highlights, then this is really useful. I think I need to disable the depth of field for now. Just thinking like, do I make this glow like this, which I can do by adding additives to it, like additives, and then oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, Chiikawa, I can invade my world if you want to. Someone should make a Chiikawa Dark Souls mod or Elden Ring mod, wherever. I just want it somewhere in the FromSoft game. Not sure whether wait, let me see. Because there's this thing here, which I don't remember what that thing is. Oh, but it's glowing here, okay, so it's fine. And then, do I make this glow? I keep forgetting where the material tab is. I feel like if I make this glow, then it's like too much. But I just have to try. So this is called the type of creative direction that you have to think about when transferring different things. So I feel like, oh man, Maybe I'll turn this into this metallic look instead, which is kind of more yellow in this case. So maybe if I probably went too dark with this. So something like this. So okay, maybe a bit less. Like this, maybe the hands and the legs and the tail, and then I feel like maybe it's not. You know, I'm going to mesh this to this material, and then let me see. Like it seems like it's a bit more bluish. Oh yeah, it is. So like it's more yellow on these. I mean, actually over here is they're a lot brighter. You know what I mean? I feel like this is such a back and forth thing. I'm going to do less orange because it might be just the lighting that affected it. Let's see. It's not that reflective, but maybe I'll just do a brighter color, and then it's still too dark. Why is this so difficult? Yeah, thinking, just like talking through and thinking back about the things that I've done so far, I think just made me realize that I've done quite a lot. So, oh, that's so cute. So I don't need to be so hard on myself. Oh, the glow is coming from, okay. Oh, it's starting to look pretty close. That's nice. But I guess like this. Maybe I'll match this to this. So I do this. And then I have to think about which one I want to I feel like that's cute. Oh, I need to fix this too. Forgot. And then let's just try and put this yeah, sometimes having that pink color is cute. I can also try to do additive for this just to see how it looks. Although I think it it kind of makes the the design in the 2D looks quite close to this too, but I feel like maybe it's standing out too much. So I can try and just match it to this metal thing and then maybe add a little bit of this. Yeah, I think that looks cute. And then do the same with this one. Just don't look at the side view. Maybe if I paint. Actually, this blue is pretty cute, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave the blue alone like that. I think I like the distribution. I like the distribution of this thing matching up to this. So I think that is looking cute. I'm just going to okay, let me see. Additive. How about this? No, it's not. That's not good. Although okay, it's getting close to the end of the stream too. And then I'm going to add these because this thing is going to be, this bow kind of acts like this, wherever this thing is. Although I guess there's a layer outside, so I'm going to duplicate this so that I have this one, and then I'll make it a bit bigger. What was the setting for this one? Additive 16.7. Okay, 16.78. Additive 16.7. Oh, and then remove the it's not bright. What's the difference between these two? Because I'm not sure why this one is so white and this one can't. Oh wait, the color. Oh my god, that's stupid. Okay, let's color this. Yeah, so now it's whiter. If I It's kind of weird how so I'll do this one. What was it again? 16.7. 16.7 and then 8. Let's bring this up like this, and then this one like this. What else do I need? Do I need to do it for this too? Maybe I need to. Where is it? So I'm going to do the same with this. 16.7. 16.7. I don't know what, like, I don't know what this does. But I just match everything up to each other. So like this. Okay. And then other thing is that it does glow a bit. But like it's not, this thing is not perfect, so well, I think I want that pink color on this. Okay, so like this, and probably just have this left. Here, let me start making these weird things. Let's go to maybe I'll use tubes. Not sure. Actually, what am I doing? I need to. So I'm going to turn this into a sausage. Like this. Maybe 2, 3, maybe 3 is good. And then can make one side. No, I can make this a bit bigger. I guess there's some variations in this which maybe I can, maybe just thinking maybe I can use a repeater. Let's see. Does something like this, and then then I'll put it here like that. That's looking pretty close. Maybe it needs to be bigger. Let me see. Make this bigger. I don't even understand like what these things are. No, is it? I probably need to make this okay. Try position Chiikawa here. Oh wait, I just realized the head needs to be dark, like less reflective. Let me think. Maybe if I do black, like if I do 1%. Because the thing is that it's getting in the way of the black colors, like it's turning it to gray. I guess I try and reduce it as much as I can. Because when I look at this now, like, it feels like it's just on top of that glowing thing. But maybe this is better. So I'll do this. I will change this into... Oh my god, my brain hurts. It's so hard to think about these kind of stuff. Oh, maybe metal. Oh, maybe this is nice. Yeah. The things I do for Chiikawa. Yeah. And then I'll just like, I don't know, try to match it up. I don't know. me like this. I think it's better than if I look at this and then I look at, I think it's better. Okay, getting close to the end of the stream. I'm not really looking forward to recording a tutorial because I always feel like, yeah, but I'm just going to tell myself have fun with it. Like when I was writing the script, I was like, oh, like this is fun, that's fun. So I just need to remember those feelings of like having fun sharing things that I find out or I learn about, the things that I discover from like doing all these random shit. And I think, let me see if I can use, like I might be able to use array for the first time. I'm not sure. Let me see. Wait, how does this array? I think I don't ever use arrays, but I was thinking it might be good. But actually no, I think curve repeater might be better, because then I can control like where they appear maybe. But let's just try it. Because it only goes one side. So most probably I can move this to like, sure, I don't understand. Is it that only goes out like that? What's even fit inside supposed to be? Okay, so because it's going out like to the right and down, is it down? Then I should put this here. Like this, like relatively flat. And the top view, I'm trying to align it to Chiikawa right now, because that way then when I randomize this, it will be like randomizing at this area. Tatami Kiosk! Hello, my fellow cute. What was it? Cute name handle person. Yeah, it's been a while. I hope they've been doing well. I'm just like trying to figure out how to use this array thing, and I think it's working out. So I just need to wait. I need to set this right. So I'm gonna put this screenshot here. Man, it makes me feel like I want to go back to Dark Souls now. I miss playing Dark Souls. Okay, so I'll put Chiikawa here or here. It looks so stupid. Where's the shadow? Where is shadow? Let's duplicate this, and then this one is Vagrant. Okay. Oh, then this one is free run. So align the plate, and then I'll save this as I need to darken the shadows a bit. Some of the pure black color is like, I need the metal to do that. Okay. Can I do it here? I mean, I should just. Okay. Let me just redo this. I think it's working out. It's just that because I can't really like occlude things in Nomad. Like this is just a picture in the background. So I guess if I want them to stand side by side, that Chiikawa has to be like not intersecting. Because the shadow's clipping a bit. But maybe this is fine. And then I just erase this a little bit so that it doesn't clip. Well, you come Tatami Chaos, you've come like a few times, so of course I'll remember you. Let me see. Right, thanks as always for hanging out. Yeah, I know, they're so cute. It's also like one of my ways to procrastinate, but I'm like, it's a very productive procrastination. And I really miss Dark Souls, so I want to. Like, I haven't finished I know that I haven't been back to my Night Rain sculpt, but I kind of feel like that one is a little bit too difficult for me. Like, I kind of like having a lot of mental aversion against that one. But with Chiikawa, it's like, it's simple and cute. Oh man, I'm feeling like the glow on the head is not enough. So maybe I would just do this, and even if the head is not the same, like, it's just how it is. Oh, unless I move it back, like as a hack. Where is it? Like just as a hack. Oh, the hack is working. Okay, then if that's the case, then I can add the glow to it. Like this. And then let's go back to that camera angle. Camera angles are so essential. And maybe this time around I can do a really black color. Everything's so difficult from as long as I don't rotate the view, it's fine. Because I've worked in the yeah, it works. Yeah. Yeah, ever since I forgot which one I did first to put like the background image there, and then just like doing this, all these like fun little things. But ever since then, like, it's been really fun. A lot. Like, it's not that Nomad wasn't fun before, but like it just adds like another fun value to things, being like just being able to do things like this. Like, Nomad Sculpt is so amazing. I would always say that. But yeah, like, because I've worked in the visual effects industry before, that like the things that we do to meet the deadlines and to like fake like bend the software in some sense, like bend around the rules to make something work. Like sometimes it can be just like doing shit like this, because you're compositing or you're making the shot for that specific frame with the specific camera angle and all that stuff. So like if you're 3D assets for the visual effects, you like the animator will animate things and then the things behind wouldn't be shown. You don't see it in the big screen. So yeah, quite a lot of this kind of stuff happens. Like I think one of the things that really surprised me, because I came in as a rotopaint artist, is like how much you fix in the painting after the compositing is done. Like it's quite insane. I didn't know that you could like paint and then composite and then like send it to the rotopaint to like fix a lot of things, especially like intersection or gluing edges, and then bring it back to compositing, or sometimes the paint is like the final layer, and then that appears in the big screen, on the big screen. But yeah, I had like my fair share of fixing quite bad intersections or gluing edges. And like when I like A/B to like the comp and then the paint, like not the compositors, like they're all really good and so talented, but like sometimes like the shots just need like that paint help because it's like either the deadline or like the shot is just so shit and like it's so hard to work with. And then like when I A/B, I'm like, whoa, the difference between the comp shot and the paint shot is really big. But yeah, you wouldn't know these kind of things if you have never worked in like the visual effects company, because they rarely show that kind of things in like, what is it called, like those showcase, what's it called, like when Nuke has like showcases, or when companies have their show reel, like demo reels. You don't really see the rotopaint side. Then eventually I went into compositing and like learned a lot more in that department, but like just the things I learned in rotopaint like was really eye-opening. And like I think it does affect my work quite a lot, because I'm like, you have to be pretty flexible if you work in those companies with like very tight deadlines, which is like kind of sad, because I wish that VFX is appreciated more. Like people say like, oh, like VFX don't really look that great now, but it's like, if you think about it, the scene in VFX is like, it has become more of like who can do it the cheapest, and it's like you're kind of just forced to bid like as cheap as you can so that you can get the show. And it's like the deadlines when we do, like as the years goes by, the deadlines felt like it got shorter and shorter, and the demand for higher quality visual effects like went up. And it's like I guess the most straightforward thing is like clients requesting 4K, and then the deadlines are getting shorter, and then the amount of money that is being like paid for and all this stuff is also getting less. Like it doesn't make sense. Like it's so stupid. Like it's such a short term. It's just yeah, everything is so short term. Yeah. Show reels, yeah. Let me see, what do I want to do now? I think I want to reduce the braid, because I want to match up to this. I should put a camera angle like this, because I've been like zooming in. So I will make this bigger. I'm not sure whether I want to make the I'm not sure whether I want to make the bow smaller, but maybe not. I think no. So I think that's good. So it matches up to this. but maybe I will paint it a little bit white in color. No, let's try. Yeah, I think that works. Your company used to. Yeah, I know, it's so stupid. And I feel like people don't like, if you haven't like tried any visual effects things, which is also like one of the bigger problems, where like the clients don't understand what happens in the pipelines usually. That like they don't understand that like the jump from, let's say, 2K to 4K is not just like double the amount, it's exponential. Like a screen that's 1080 versus a screen that is like 4K is like 4 times the work to do it. And because it's so like the details, especially when it comes to like the facial, like eyebrows and hair strands and all that stuff, it's like exponentially harder to like fix those kind of things. I mean, one of the things that will come back to roto paint quite often is like fixing hair strands, like the minor hair strands. Oh, actually, like talking about it, like I completely forgot about that workflow. But like, cause in comp it's very difficult to get the very fine hair strands, which makes sense. Like it's just a limitation. But like if there's a lot of hair strands, especially like flying around, that you can see a lot of flickering and all that shit. And so you go back to paint and comp. I didn't know this like last time until I learned how to do the paint on comp for hair strands, and then you have to like draw the hair strand as it moves in the wind, things like that. But it's a lot of fun. Not that I miss it though. Oh, that's nice. We only have it. Oh, you know, like that's, I feel like that's something that if things don't work out, and then, oh, I mean, if things work out still, and I want to go somewhere and try go back to 9 to 5, that like working in a smaller company sounds nice. Because like in the big company which I used to work in, your jobs become very specific, which a lot of people who stay in those big companies, they really like that kind of like, oh, I just do this very specific jobs. But like I think like there's some pros and cons, and like sometimes it's fun doing that big company job, but yeah, sometimes like I guess when I've been doing all these kind of shit, like it feels quite like I think like it feels quite fun to work in like a small team and just like help each other out, I think. Yeah. Like the hair strands would be, and so there's a in-house in-house thing. What was it? There'll be a in-house software where you can do like, you can paint, you can track things. So like let's say if like you're fixing this fur, like fur is one of the what's that thing called? Fur is like really difficult to comp, especially for like when the shot is done in like winter time, and then everyone's wearing fur coats. Oh my god, the fur coats, the edges will get so smashed. Like it will just become, sometimes like the fur coats will just become like this, like literally like that. And then in paint on comp, we have to kind of like bring them back sometimes. Sometimes the comper will do it, sometimes the paint on comp person will do it. And so yeah, you can draw, like you can track the jacket like that, and then you can draw like a few hair strands or fur strands, and then after that you the in-house software will let you what's it called, like copy and paste that same paint stroke across the timeline. So like if you have parallax and stuff, then you need to do the hair strands. Like let's say if this vagrant is moving and these things are not green screen properly, or like it's not working out in, like let's say the vagrant is like a physical robotics made in some shot or something, and then these glowing things are not, like they are flickering like crazy and stuff. The way that you fix this is to completely remove everything, make sure that the circle part of the vagrant is like good, and then you start building back each strand. It's not like you completely remove things, but sometimes you do have to completely remove things. And then you will like draw a strand and then let it like track and paint across a few frames, and then you draw like another thing, and then yeah, it's very tedious, but sometimes it feels like it can be rewarding. Like you go A and B and like, oh my god, the hair looks so good now. But sometimes it's just like so stupid. But yeah, the software sounds sick, but then it's actually it looks really old. Like the interface is really old. So it's not as high tech as it should be. But then at the same time, like usually the basic tools are just like what you need to do whatever that you need to do. Let me see. Look at how cute you look. What I think. Maybe I might need to bring this back more like that, and then hey, it's always fun to talk about old times. We're thinking about like the jump from like 2K to 4K. Like now, it seems like now anime has like this. It seems like more and more companies want to get into some weird 4K 60 frames per second territory. And like I don't know how it is like in the company, but like to me it just sounds quite insane that like the timeline for making an anime like 30 episode or something, one season, is the same, and then people are expecting like high res wrinkles on the face, like 4K smile lines and eyelashes and stuff in the same amount of time, because like doing a simple like stylish eyelash with like simple faces without like all like the face creases, like something like this, like something simple like this, to like and jump like jumping to having intense, like if I like imagine they start drawing like like all these like 4K, it's not 4K, but and then the eyelash is like so sparkly and like individual strands. Like people don't understand like the jump from an eyelash like that to an eyelash like this is like exponential amount of work. But I feel like whenever companies try to like jump to this realistic look, like film look, that you can start seeing like the quality of the basic foundation of like the animation path and all that, like they do suffer quite a bit. And I feel like it's just from like the demand of all these 4K eyelashes, but doing them in the same amount of time is like, it's so insane. Like I never understood how that works out. Probably it's working out from the blood, sweat and tears of like the poor animators. Let me think. Yeah, I know. And like I feel bad for them because it's like I feel like it's not important to get HD eyelashes, and I feel like maybe they feel the same way, that like it, yeah, or at least like give them the time that they need to do 4K eyelashes. I don't, yeah. But then that perfect world doesn't exist, I think. Let me see. Oh. Why is this sounding so big? Let me see. Okay, let's. Maybe 5 and 4 looks quite nice. Yeah, I like a nice UI too. I think that's like, as always, I always say, that's why I use Nomad Sculpt so much, just because I love the UI so much. I mean, there's still some pros and cons, I guess, but in the most part, it's just so good. I think at this point I'm just going to oh, this looks nice. Okay, this looks nice. I'm still not convinced that I like the array repeater for this, but it's good enough, I guess. Because I think with the curve repeater, at least maybe I can control the like where each of them exists. But this is just a quick thing, so yeah. I'm so happy that Dan and like I feel like Kaiju number 8, I'm starting to feel like what's that called? The story is a bit, or like the pacing of the show is not like that ideal. But like Dan and Kaiju number 8, like I'm happy that they didn't change the look of things. Then they can focus on like doing the fundamentals well. Because I was a bit scared that they were going to do some weird 4K thing for Dan. I'm just like so glad that didn't happen. I think that Delicious in Dungeon too. Yeah, like Delicious in Dungeon 2, like I'm so happy that it's done the way that it is. Free Rent 2. I guess that's about it. I know that this small bit took so long, but I'm sorry that it took so long. I can't really talk and do work at the same time sometimes. But yeah, I'm glad that I could catch up with you all in this stream, and I think this is about it. Yes. I just want to add more this one should be actually, maybe I don't need this one. Do I want this one or this one? Yes, this one. I gotta update this. Yeah. Then for this one, I can just keep it. My boyfriend and I watched Bocce the Rock. I'm like on the fence about it because I'm like, oh my god, she feels too much like me. Like I hate it. At the same time, like the animation style, like is so crazy in that show. Yeah, it's so amazing. Like the things that they did for that show, and I could feel like they're having fun with it. Yeah, like it's so cool to really see these kinds of boundaries being pushed. Yeah, nice to meet you. Well, I'm going to end this too. I'm just like trying to find this thing. Trying to find a nice angle for this. But yeah, it's nice to catch you again. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I love this bird. I love this too. So cute. My hello Isha. I feel like I've seen your name before, but I'm not really sure. But thank you for dropping by. Man, I think this one's just distracting. Okay. Okay, I think this is good. Oh, it's so cute. Go. Oh no, it's quite dark. I'm sorry if it's too dark this whole time. Hey, take care. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I will end it here. Where are you? Where is the shadow? Man, I feel like playing Dark Souls. Ah. I need to get the tutorial out. Okay, I'll end it here. I feel like it's missing a glow. Wait, oops. Okay, there. Oh, hello Isha. Can the 3D design Nomad Sculpt export to Blender and put? You can. So like, let's say I make this one, then I can go to the export to export as OBJ. Then, so if let's say I'm doing Chiikawa like this, I'll put him at, wait, her. Keep forgetting. I'll put her at like a T pose like this. Not post up like that, because if you want to put it in a game, if you want to export it for games and stuff, like you will need to do rigging and animation, which like you can look it up, like things like T pose or neutral posing, that you have to put the arms like, or everything in the neutral pose like that, because right now the arms is grabbing something already, which is not ideal for like rigging and animation. And then, I mean, I'm not sure whether you understand those things, because like they are different pipeline things. But if you look up on how to export, maybe like export sculpts for, yeah, exporting like 3D sculpts for games, I think there will be quite a lot of tutorials out there for those kind of things. And then like the legs have to be in a neutral pose too. And this one, something like this, it's like purposefully randomized, so it doesn't matter, like this is fine. But then, yeah, and then you want to, my mesh is kind of like off-centered like this, but then you also have to align it to the world axis so that you can do all the rigging and all the what's this thing called, the paint weight and all that in like a neutral pose, and do them symmetrically. And then the other thing for Nomad, there is this, in Nomad there are like these mirror repeaters or this array repeaters and all this stuff. So like in my experience, you have to, actually for Blender, do you need it? It might only be a Procreate problem. You know, I'm not really sure, but I tend to validate these things first before I export it out to Blender. So like, if I'm ready to bring this to Blender to do lighting rendering, which I usually do, I don't do rigging, I don't do animation, then I will validate all these things, like just like validate like that, so that they are their own objects. Just make sure that I didn't do anything weird. Then when you go to the Files tab and go down to the bottom, there's the OBJ over here. Under the OBJ, you can, I mean, normally you want to export wherever it's visible, so set it to visible. And then vertex colors, if you export RGB, it will show up in the Blender file. Like in Blender, it will be the default material, but then the vertex colors are, I think, I haven't touched Blender in a while, so, but I remember like I painted my sculpts before, and then when I bring it to Blender, the colors are there. So if you don't have any colors, you can just choose like none. If you have colors, then RGB. I don't really know whether the color space matters, I just leave it as default. And then face groups, I don't use it, so I don't need it. But if you export your face groups, then if you have face groups and you most likely know what face groups are, then you can export those too. This one, yeah, I guess everything else is quite default. and then I'll just export the OBJ, and then you go to Blender, and then I think in Blender you have an option to import. I think you have the option to import, is it like wavefront, and then like bracket.obj, like just look for this one in the import. So it'll be like import, and then they have like a list of things that you can import in. I think it's this one, I think, but just look out for like the .obj import, and then you can bring it into Blender. Yeah, that's typically how I bring these things into my like Blender for PC to do lighting and rendering. But I haven't done it in a while, so I might be wrong. Like maybe there are new updates that you might need to look out for. So yeah, the main thing is just like validate all your repeaters. I think that matters in bringing this into other softwares, and then everything else is like quite like straightforward and what's it called? And like everything's just I think I just do everything by default. I haven't tried all these other stuff, so I don't know how these work out. But yeah, I hope that that's helpful to you. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so cute. I really need to stop procrastinating and start recording the tutorial. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah. Oh my god. No. I think I can probably just type it here. And I think like nowadays people don't really do T poses anymore. I think it's mostly neutral poses. In neutral pose, at center of all. And then two. Maybe I'll repeat this. I'm wondering if there's anything else. I think if you have problems with normals, which somehow I think I've encountered before, but I don't remember. I think it's really just from the like not validating my repeaters that cause some normal problems in Blender, or like in Procreate, like you wouldn't be able to paint on things. I think the other thing is when you look at the inspector, which is like it will appear here in the default Nomad Sculpt app, that if you can just quickly see like which ones. Actually, when I think about it, I don't have an idea like what the gray color mean. Wait. Yeah, I think like if the UV, like the normals are not correct. Oh my god, which one is yeah, I guess like if you bring it to Blender and like bring it to Procreate and then something's not working out, maybe you look at the UV inspector and see like if one of them is really weird. But then most likely it's just the what's that? It's just the repeater not being validated that you have to fix. And then the other thing would be that you should you should try to rename as much as possible, because when you export into OBJ, all your groupings, like all these groupings, will disappear. Like it will just be a long list of, I think it's just like a long list of all the objects in like one hierarchy. So just make sure that you rename the important ones, and then everything else is just like, if you need to fix your normals, fix it in like however you fix it in Blender, and then materials and rigging, everything else is just all done in Blender. And I haven't tried game engines before, but I would think like if you can bring it to Blender, that you can just bring it to everywhere else. Let me save this properly. The thumbnail is so cute. Actually, okay, and that's it for the stream. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.